Okay, so the next app we're gonna do is an iMPC. So for any of you people who are into rap or hip hop in the 90s and early 2000s, you would be familiar with the MPC, the Akai MPC, 1000, 2000, 4000, things like that. It's been modeled in the iOS world. Yes, it doesn't have the same tonalities as some of those great old machines, but it definitely does a good job, especially with sampling and things like that. So if you have a guitar like I do here, you can pull at your MPC3, your MPC player, pull in a new session, and you can record a little bit of something and sample your own self. So I'll go to New Sounds and get a level. You can't hear yourself right now, but we're going to trust that it sounds awesome. So we're going to go through, play a little bit. Stop it. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose chop to pads. There's an auto here. Sometimes the auto is fun because it puts it in really unique markers. So each one has a certain flavor. We're going to call it Dave Steele. Done. And now it goes to the pads. And you can start composing from there. If you want to do some editing to whatever sample it is, very easy to do. You just go under Edit Samples, and there it is right there. Great thing about a gestural interface is that it's all done by fingers. Pull it in or out, audition it, and press Done. Good to go. That's that sound. So you can go through and craft your whole sample bank from your own playing and start to be able to create whatever you're hearing in your head actually with your own samples versus somebody else's samples. You can do this with drums. You can do it with anything you feel necessary. You can also keep it all within the iOS world and track to ARIA, do a mix down, and then import those into something like Dropbox or Audio Share, and then import them into the MPC and start crafting and chopping up from there so you can start making your own beats. Not just for, you know, your standard MPC hip hop kind of thing, but for EDM. A lot of pop music nowadays has an EDM style to it with either sampled sounds or pads or drum triggers or things of that nature where you're programming more to a grid or to a software like Ableton or an MPC than it is if just people doing linear passes on acoustic instruments. So this is a really great tool if you're on a plane or traveling. I bring it with me wherever I go. Sometimes I'm on the toilet and I start chopping up beats and sounds to be able to use it at a later date. So it's a really great tool to have sitting around. So I am an ethnomusicologist, and what that means is a big fancy $2. Now this could be with a drum set or it could be with acoustic guitar or a sax.